Kids get injured all the time, but there's been an increase in wrist and elbow injuries lately. Saltzer Health orthopedic surgeon Corbett Winegar gives some advice to parents. Dr. Winegar, so good to see you. And I was shocked when I heard this, but I understand you are actually treating more kids for elbow and wrist injuries. Why do you think you're seeing the increase?
I am, during this pandemic, I think these kids are they have this cooped up feeling and they want to get out and play. So they get out and play and they fall. They're on their scooters and skateboards and playing sports and they get injured. They'll fall and land on their wrist. And so I'm seeing these kids in my office with these injuries. So it's important to just make sure your kids are wearing a helmet and being as safe as they can, especially when they're on their scooters.
All right, yeah, so they want to get out, but maybe make sure that they're able to handle these activities that they were so previously used to doing and prepared for, and now maybe they're not as much as they were before. So as parents, should we make sure that we're trying to keep them active before they really dive back in?
We do. You can't really keep your kids down, but you want to be able to at least prepare them. Helmets are the number one thing. And then they just gotta ease back into all their activities and make sure they're as strong as they can be before they start riding their scooters and their bikes and things.
Kids, they get bumps and scrapes and scratches and tend to hurt themselves quite often. So how does a parent know when their child really is injured and they should be making an appointment, especially with an orthopedic surgeon, which I really don't think is a first parental go-to in our mind, right?
It's difficult. As a parent, your kids get hurt all the time. You don't know when exactly to take them to the doctor. It's expensive and it takes time. And sometimes they are hurt a little bit, but you don't know the extent of it. But it's important to get your kids to the doctor, somebody who's appropriately capable of taking care of injuries that are more excessive than typical. So sometimes when you see your kid, maybe they are having pain longer than typical, maybe more than a day or two after a fall, or they have deformity or swelling and bruising. Something that's just a little bit more. You've got to use kind of parent intuition to be able to kind of decide whether to get them to the doctor. And when you get them to the orthopedic surgeon, we can get x-rays and make sure everything's okay.
I love how you said parent intuition, because it is so true, right? Mom and dad have a gut instinct and sometimes you just know. But what is the problem of waiting too long? Is there an issue with that?
Sometimes there's missed injuries. So if you have doubt as a parent, just take your kid into the doctors, get x-rays, figure out if there's something wrong. Because there's several missed injuries that sometimes they'll come to my office and there'll be an old fracture that's healed wrong, and I'll have to take it to the operating room and break it and straighten it and fix it. Or even worse, and then they have deformity and pain for long term. So it's important to get them into, make sure they've got x-rays and get the clarification and even peace of mind for the parent to understand if there's not an injury that needs to be treated.
Yes, that's a great eye-opener there too, and a reminder that these are little people and they're still growing. And an injury can actually have a long-term impact on them if we don't address it in a timely manner. So thank you for that reminder. How often do you see these injuries resulting in surgery?
It's 50-50 probably. Most of the kids who have wrist injuries and elbow injuries, we can treat them in a cast, and then just follow them with x-rays and make sure it's healing right. Sometimes I do have to take them to surgery, but these kids heal really fast, and the surgeries really work well for them as well.
Great. And where can viewers go to learn more?
saltzerhealth.com.